Hi Sloths, and welcome to Doki Literature Club Plus. Now, the only thing I want to say before we start the game is, oh, wait, we have a picture? We have that picture. I don't know why we have that picture. That doesn't make any sense. This game must be bugged. And this picture as well. Why do we have these pictures? I mean, this is the first time I've booted this game up, so I guess we just get these pictures automatically. Interesting. Now, there is something I want to check real quick. I think that after looking into these files a little bit, that did happen last time. I did a video on just looking into these files because these files are quite strange. But what I've thought is, what if we go back and do it again, but just a little bit different this time? So we're going to set our time to... what is it? Where is it? We're going to set our time to 2:40 AM, and then we're going to quickly go into our files and we're going to go to 2. Wait, what? Wait, now I'm confused. Oh, that's why. For some reason it's set to 3:41 instead of 2:41, which is not what I wanted it to do. So let's go and reset that back again. Now the reason why it's done that is because I took just for daylight savings off. So it's 2:40 AM. Okay. Files, we're going to go to... Now I'm sure I'm sure this is not how I wanted this to go. 221. That's what we want. Project plan. There we go. That's what I thought we could do. There is another thing somewhere. I can't remember what it was. So I'll sort that out eventually. But right now, let's have a quick look at this. Project plan outline. High level overview. Number 1, create human-readable versions of fabric benchmark results, suggesting we live in a simulated universe. Number 2, emulate fabric benchmark results in virtualized environment. Number 3, build parameters for genetic iterations, custom elevated access levels for one or more entities. Number 4, iterate until simulation is stable for target time threshold. This is our small-scale simulated universe. Number 5, observe effects of elevated access knowledge of simulation. Number 6, collect, record data. Number 7, pitch findings to upper management as a profitable venture. Now, do not go through Barry, go straight to upper management. Number 8, get promoted, job saved. Possible team members, Ro has most knowledge access to Commander Quantum Server. Ravi, second to Ro. Lib fix naming scheme conflict with lib folder. Interesting. I've sure, why not others? VM1 current project small scale simulation. VM2 future project medium scale simulation. VM1 details literature equals production of text assets, easy data collection. 4 entities, characters, small physical space, efficient for server and genetic iterations. Highly elevated access permission creates very stable connection window for data collection in exchange for less realistic simulated scenarios. Wow, that's interesting. And I think going off of this VM2, that means that they're going to have a sequel, which will be dead interesting. I can't wait for that. I don't remember what the other text file things are, so instead we're going to change my settings back to the correct time, and then we will actually play the game for real this time, for the first time, because we all know this is the first real episode. Where is my time? There we go. I always lose where the date and time section is. I don't know why. I guess I'm just dumb sometimes. No, actually, no, why did I do that? No, just change it back to how it should be, which is indeed 11:45 a.m. Cool. Okay, let's actually go into DDLC. Oh, I just realised, I think my my model actually just got stuck. Oh, this game is a little bit bugged. Oh, there we go, my model's stopped being bugged now. Yay! But yeah, this definitely seems a little bit bugged. I mean, you got these three characters here, you got Yuri, you got Natsuki, you've got Monica, and then I don't know what asset that's supposed to be, that's just completely buggered up. So let's hit start. Start new game. See, this is the first. Excuse me? I see an annoying girl running toward me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Who? This girl is my neighbour and good friend since we were children. Okay. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I guess I can see that. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. That's kind of mean. However, I just sigh and idle in front of a crosswalk and let them catch up to me. I wonder who knows his. Whoa, excuse me, what was that all about? So an ordinary day, just like any other school day. Mornings are usually the worst, but being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Yes, walking to school alone is so much better than with anyone else, because people are annoying. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. This person likes the females, I assume. So do I. I like all the people. I don't know what I'm saying. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Yep, that's me. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. You would be so surprised. I mean, I've met more girls that watch anime than guys. So, I don't know. Maybe that's because I mostly talk to girls rather than guys, but I mean, it just ends up being the fact that I've always ever seen anime more as a girl thing rather than a guy thing. I don't know. Strange. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sloth? Whoa! Monica! What are you doing just glitching in like that? How dare you? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? I still don't, I don't trust that smile of yours. I don't. Yeah, it has. Monica smiles viciously. We do know each other, well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile so genuinely, why can I not word today? Feels a little, What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. You know, because I've got a club and I need some supplies. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? Or human souls? I guess you could check the wardrobe over there. I did learn what that word is, and it is a wardrobe. That thing refers to a wardrobe. Or a storage unit. Or a cupboard. But most likely, a wardrobe. You're in a debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club last year because, you know, oh, sorry, not last year, earlier this year because, you know, human souls and stuff. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. I don't care about politics still. It feels like nothing but arguing with the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events, and that's exactly what it is. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. That's nice. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Whoa. This game really is buggy. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Really? I heard there was 4. Oh well, maybe the 4th one is me. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. That's because it is literature, you person. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Sloth. By any chance, are you still looking for a job? A job? I don't know what a job is. Still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favour? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Sloth, you know that? It's nothing, really. Why do people actually say that? Because I never actually hear people say that in the real world. I mean, I hear it a lot in anime and cartoons, but in the real world, I just never hear anyone say it's nothing, really. I guess that might be like a difference in like regions, like maybe America says it and I just don't hear anyone say it at all. I don't know. Shall we go then? I'll look for materials another time. You're more important. Oh, we're important, yay. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. That sounds a little bit dark. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. And I brought a guest with me. Whoa. What are you doing? A guest? I'm sure I've seen you somewhere before. You're on the home screen. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere, bitch. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Sloth. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. That is true. There are 3 incredibly cute females right here. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? Whoa, no. No, that's not how this game works. Yet. No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognise. Really? I'm sure we've seen her before. Somewhere, at least. A small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the Vice President. Yes, please. Nice to meet ya. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Sloth in the classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. I don't like tea. Tea's gross. Why don't you come sit down, Sloth? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table, and I'm already on. As I did in Ebb and Light. Yuri walks to a corner of a room and opens the wardrobe. See? I'm learning. I'm smart. I'm like an AI. I'm ever learning. Ever ready to devour human souls? As a robot, AI, person thing. I have no idea. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. That's true, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime of mine, but I at least don't enjoy tea. I don't enjoy tea. No, that doesn't exist in this universe. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Sloth, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces room over a teacup with a finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I don't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? It gives you that idea. You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Sloth? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Sloth. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one more before a festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Sloth? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Sloth, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this, you're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Sloth, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe. Yeah. I really impressed the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. Can't wait. With that, I depart from the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. So let's do just that. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? What are you talking about, a special poem? Oh boy, that doesn't exist. Let's go with fun. Let's go with hop. We're gonna go with Doki Doki. Let's go with games. Yeah. We're gonna go with colour. Oh, whoa, silly. Yeah. Then let's go with pout and poof. And then let's go with strawberry. Ooh. Then we're gonna go with this is a little bit of a tricky one. Lipstick. Yeah. Kitty. Yes. Cute. Kawaii. Bunny. Everyone loves bunnies. Apart from people who don't like bunnies. Ooh, jumpy. Yeah, let's giggle. As you can tell, we're trying to get a perfect poem for Natsuki here, because that's what I feel like doing. Ooh, nibble. Ooh, twirl. I'm pretty sure twirl's gonna be, yeah. Bouncy. And then we're gonna, there's bubbles. We're going with bubbles. And then we're gonna go with anime, because, you know, anime. Yay, we got a perfect Natsuki poem. Woo! Hi again, Sloth. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Whoa, what's happening with your face there? I think you might need a little bit more makeup on today, Yuri. Thanks for keeping your promise, Sloth. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Perfectly fine. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa, Natsuki, why are you hopping in from the side like that? You really gave me a fright there. Don't jump scare me. Nope, don't do it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. You're kind of in the way there, Monica. And I'm trying to read it, and I think it says Natsuki certainly Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga selection in the room. Something's wrong here. Something seems very wrong. And what, Monica, can you please move out of the way of this text box? It's really frustrating, because I can't read it. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plots back into her seat. It's true, manga is indeed literature, whether you like it or not. I read manga all the time. Not all the time, but I do read manga quite a bit. I have a bookshelf case thing dedicated to just manga at the moment. This music seems off. I'm sorry, Sloth. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. I mean, it's not Natsuki's fault, it's Monica's fault. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try being a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked up a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. You? Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. That seemed very strange. She just plopped out of existence there. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Money to kick off some scheduled activities for a club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the wardrobe. Ugh. I hear Natsuki an exasperated sigh from within the wardrobe. It's more like a storage unit, that. I don't know. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You're looking for something in here? In that... Whoa! Fucking Monicam? Monicam... That's... She doesn't seem very happy about Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organised if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. I mean, that's not quite how it works these days, but oh well. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with a book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feeling, even. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life, but that probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. Or both. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Sloth. Consider this a... Whoa, don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from a box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shows the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the wardrobe. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her and signalling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. You can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easy to be close together like this. Don't say that. You make me feel awkward about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry? I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either, nor that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of those since it's rare for a writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Whoa, hi, that's adorable. Hi there. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry? Like I could ever get my friends to read this. I just think manga is for kids. Can't even bring it up without them being all like, hey, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Whoa, that's some family affair shit that I can't get into. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Geez, that's enough. You're gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. Flip a page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she's started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki? Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey, whoa! Hello there! What is this music? This is quite the bug. Hello. This needs fixing. Developers, get on this. I can't read this text and her face is being quite obscured there. Oh jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. I almost read it as she throws it in Natsuki's face then. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches a bar from the floor and immediately tears off a wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish a sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Sloth, she's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? That was strange. Natsuki first, because Natsuki, we kind of worried about her. She had a little bit of a thing go off. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. And what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that I don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Yeah, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. So true. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I settled for a rhyme at the end but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Doki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. We'll show it to Yori because why not? Yori stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't fuss yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. The stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind, I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light, the tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the... Sorry, I've just lost train of thought then. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I just think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost story? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Sloth. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of a poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to the left with nothing, that's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remembering that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. And then Monica, of course. Hi, Sloth. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for a club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Sloth. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. A hand Monica my poem. I like it, Sloth. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. I still don't trust your smile. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down, like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. This is getting pretty dark, but hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see colour. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrolling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a lot more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for the mediocre writing abilities. Even if what is going on with the music? I must have got a pretty crappy orchestra for this one. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in a notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As I read them in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. This is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about a feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that, I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Sloth did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Sloth liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Sloth appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? You're that full of yourself. No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ugh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Sloth started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that, you really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wannabe edgy bitch. Edgy? Sorry, but my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, but, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Sloth hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Sloth. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Whoa, I can't... It didn't give me a chance to read any of those words, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm on Natsuki's side. I don't know. No. Do I have to be on it? Oh. Hello? Help? Please? Help? Monica? Fix it? Fix it? Monica? I'm clicking the mouse button. Okay. Hey Sloth? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that as well. I'm gonna have to save and exit this game. Whew, that was a bit much. Hey, we got new pictures. Let's have a look at these new pictures. What do we have here? We've got a hole in the wall. Okay, we've got Monica's poem, Hole in the Wall. And we have these sketches. Oh, that's kind of... Who the hell is that? Concept sketch of the complete cast drawn by Kagefumi. Who the hell is that supposed to be? This doesn't even make sense. So it looks like there was supposed to be another one in this game, but obviously not. And I was expecting us to get a the perfect Natsuki picture, but obviously not. Interesting. Well, I guess for now we can just set this as our wallpaper for next time. Yeah, that was really interesting. So please like and subscribe. It's always free, and I'll see you later.